Hi everybody, I'm Raphael Sonnenshein. I'm the Executive Director of the Neighborhood Council Review Commission. You might have heard of us or you might not have heard of us. Some people call us the 912 Commission, which was created in the charter 7 years ago that created neighborhood councils, had a section called 912 that said, look, in 7 years, let's come back and see if this system of neighborhood democracy has been working in Los Angeles. And that's who we are. It's a commission with 29 members, appointed by our elected officials, and really very quietly since about last September of October, this commission's been looking at all the issues about neighborhood councils, everything from bylaws to elections to who's a stakeholder, to what things can be fixed, what things work well with neighborhood councils, what can happen if you're not in a neighborhood council but want to be part of it, what complaints do people have, what hopes and fears people have. It's been a tremendous experience. And we're getting to one of those points where it's not so quiet anymore, because this commission has now put forward a list of preliminary recommendations, a whole bunch of them in areas like what powers neighborhood councils should have, how elections should be run, what the city can do, what the Department of Neighborhood Empowerment can do to help neighborhood councils work better. What can neighborhood councils do for themselves? We didn't really know a lot of these answers, but we think we've got some ideas. But we call them preliminary recommendations because this is now the most exciting period. We're going to find out from you whether you think we're completely off base, whether we're exactly right, or whether we're pretty much right and you've got some changes that you think we ought to make. We're going out to the community now, all around the city, in all 7 regions of the city, to try to hear what you have to say. And let me tell you, it's not going to be the usual public hearing. You know, the thing where you stand up and you get a couple of minutes and you talk to the commission who sits with their suits and ties on around the table and nods very wisely, and you walk home and you say, gee, did anybody listen? This is going to be different. We're calling these workshops because you're going to get to talk with us, with the commissioners, with each other, to discuss issues like, what's a stakeholder? Our commission's recommending a pretty broad definition of stakeholder. What do you think of that? Our commission's talking about different ways of doing neighborhood council elections. What do you think of that? What would it be like if you came into this meeting with one idea and came out with another idea because you heard other people talking about it? We're opening this up to people who aren't even in neighborhood councils but would like to have some say in neighborhood democracy. So I really hope that you'll come out and join us. You can find out about us pretty easily on our website. It's ncrcla.org, and you can call us at 213-978-1074. We're dying to give you information. We want you to be part of this. What's really happening here is our commissioners are coming down from the seats that are really right around me right now, where we've been sitting for months and months. And I will tell you something about our commissioners. They have been really anxious to get out of these seats and get out and talk to people and to be challenged and to disagree and to debate and to discuss. This is going to be your time. And just like you might come to a meeting and change your mind, we might change our mind because of something you say, because of something people come up with. That's why this can work so well. Why should you come and spend time with us? Because there isn't going to be anything like this commission again for years to come. You know how rare it is in government when you take something and you start all over again and say what works and what doesn't work? Most of the time, we just fix little things around the margin. We don't really change very much. It's hard for government to change. But there's a lot at stake here. This is a city where people don't always feel very connected to their government. If you don't feel that way, congratulations, I'm glad. But most people do feel a lot of distance in government from their neighborhoods. This system was built on hope that neighborhood councils could really turn that around. But every once in a while, hope has to face experience and research and discussion. And it doesn't come very often. Now you might say, well, no one's going to listen. We're going to take our recommendations and we're going to bring them to the City Council in late September of this year. And I have a feeling that with the work we've done and what you bring to the table if you come to work with us, and I really mean to work with us, we're going to come with a head of steam to the City Council and create a system of neighborhood councils that really does something about that feeling that says, I don't count. So if you want to stay away because you think your voice won't be heard, aren't you really being part of the problem rather than part of the solution? At a certain point, I think we've all got to take a risk here and show up. A comedian I grew up watching named Woody Allen once said 90% of life is showing up. If people in neighborhood councils have been showing up for 7 years, and all we're asking you to do is show up one more time when the whole system is being looked at, not just an argument you have or a hope you have about one specific thing, but the whole system's up for grabs. Democracy doesn't give you a lot of those chances, and I think we'll all regret it if it passes us by. I feel really honored to be part of this, even during the quiet time before we've gone out to talk to the public. But I know my commissioners are tremendously excited about coming down out of their seats and sitting with the community. And we just need the community to meet us halfway, and I think we'll do great things. Hope you'll come out and join us.